हेलो दोस्तों। तो आज हम बात करने वाले हैं सर सैयद अहमद खान के बारे में। ओके। सो इसको हम इसी वीडियो में कंप्लीट कर लेंगे इस टॉपिक को। ओके। सो इनके बारे में अगर हम बात करें तो ये भी एक रिवॉल्यूशनरी सोशल रिफॉर्मर थे, है ना। देन थिंकर भी थे और पोइट भी थे। ओके। शायद साथ ही साथ ये जैसे रिटर्न भी करते थे बहुत सारे आर्टिकल्स बोल सकते हैं आप, है ना, और भी चीज़ें। तो ये इनका मानना था, देखो, हु ट्राइड टू ब्रिंग रिफॉर्म्स फॉर इंडियन इन अ पर्टिकुलर और मुस्लिम इन अ जनरल। ओके। सो बेसिकली ये चाहते थे रिफॉर्म लाना, है ना, इंडियन एंड मुस्लिम सोसाइटी में खासकर, क्योंकि देखो मुस्लिम 1857 के बाद ना जो रिवॉल्ट हुआ था उसमें मुस्लिम को पर्टिकुलरली ये टारगेट करने लग गए थे। ओके, ब्रिटिश। तो वो जो जो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हुई थी उसको रिजॉल्व करना चाहते थे, है ना। खासकर मुस्लिम्स के जो जो इनका जो सोशल स्टेटस था उसको भी अच्छा करना चाहते थे। एजुकेशन का उनका मानना था कि देखो एजुकेशन इज़ अ मीन्स थ्रू विच एम्पावरमेंट ऑफ मासेस। ठीक है, उसी के थ्रू ना पीपल्स, पर्सनस, सोसाइटी का एम्पावरमेंट हो सकता है। वो चाहते थे मॉडर्न एजुकेशन, नॉट ट्रेडिशन एजुकेशन। ओके। देन हु एडवोकेटेड हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी, है ना। तो ये यूनिटी चाहते थे, बट लेटर ऑन ही चेंज हिज माइंड एंड ही एडवोकेटेड टू नेशन थ्योरी। ओके। सो एज वी कैन सी एडोप्टेशन ऑफ साइंस, है ना। ये चाहते थे साइंस को अडॉप्ट करना। एंड देखो इनका मानना था, इनका अगर हम विजन देखें तो साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट ये चाहते थे, है ना, अपनी सोसाइटी में। और देखो ईस्ट एंड वेस्टर्न सोसाइटी क्लोजर हो। कैसे? जैसे देखें तो बेस्ट ऑफ बोथ वर्ल्ड, मतलब ये दोनों के लिए ही अच्छा होगा कि सामने आपका जो टेक्नोलॉजी साइंस वगैरह इस सब में इंडिया को भी हेल्प मिलेगी, और इंडिया के जो और मतलब जो पुराण वगैरह जो भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हमने देख रखी है शास्त्र वगैरह, तो उससे शायद उनको भी हेल्प मिले। आईपीटी, इंडियन पॉलिटिकल थॉट्स। देन देखो क्रिएशन ऑफ अ जस्ट सोसाइटी, ये इंडिया को एक जस्ट सोसाइटी बनाना चाहते थे बेस्ड ऑन द आइडियाज ऑफ साइंस। ओके। देन अगर हम देखें सैयद अहमद खान के बारे में तो रेशनल थिंकर। 1857 शुक द ब्रिटिश एम्पायर। उसके बाद पोस्ट रिवॉल्ट जब हुआ था उसमें मेजरली अगर देखें तो ये टारगेट ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट मुस्लिम को टारगेट करने लगी थी, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत सारी जो आप बोल सकते हैं कि जो पॉपुलेशन था वो मुस्लिम्स का था, एंड ट्रस्ट डेफिशिएट बिटवीन ब्रिटिश एंड मुस्लिम ये डगमगा गया था, है ना, अनबैलेंस हो गया था। देन ये चाहते थे कि जो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हुई है उसको रिजॉल्व हो सके। इन्होंने कुछ बुक्स भी लिखी हुई है रिजॉल्व करने के लिए मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग को, जैसे कॉजेस ऑफ इंडियन रिवॉल्ट, लॉयल मोहन मदास। ओके। देन अगर हम देखें ओरिजिनेटर ऑफ टू नेशन थ्योरी, इनको क्यों बोला जाता है? इनिशियली ही एडवोकेटेड हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी। ओके, बट लेटर ऑन ही चेंज हिज माइंड, है ना, स्टैंड एंड एडवोकेटेड टू नेशन थ्योरी। व्हाई? बिकॉज देखो इनका जो मानना था ना लैंग्वेज कंट्रोवर्सी पे, इन्होंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा इस चीज़ को मतलब लेके रिजॉल्व करने की कोशिश करी, बट नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि देखो इरप्टेड हुआ था ना जो अवध में, वो मेजोरिटी कम्युनिटी है ना हिंदू की, वो बोलते थे कि जो पर्शियन लैंग्वेज है उसका रिप्लेसमेंट होना चाहिए। हिंदी हिंदी मतलब हिंदी को ना एक ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज मान लेनी चाहिए। तो हिंदूज मुस्लिम इसकी कंट्रोवर्सी हुई, एंड देन रिजल्ट निकल के आया कि देखो इनके बीच में नहीं बन सकते, टू सेपरेट नेशन होना चाहिए। देन कांट लाइव टुगेदर। ओके, ये साथ में भी नहीं रह सकते। नो इंटर डाइनिंग, नो इंटर मैरिज, कुछ नहीं होता था। तो बेसिकली इनका हो सकता था कि हाँ दो नेशन थ्योरी, मतलब टू नेशन थ्योरी, इस वजह से इनको बोला भी जाता है कि हाँ ये ओरिजिनेटर रहे हैं। Sir Syed Ahmed Khan was the great intellectual enlightenment and forward-looking educationalist. He was an outstanding literacy genius. He was a pragmatic social reformer. He advocated Hindu-Muslim unity, and he was one of the distinguished architects of modern India. Then देखो Sir Syed Ahmed Khan is referred to by many as a man who knew tomorrow. He played a very influential role in bringing the gap between the Oriental and Western world. He knew that changes were required in society in order to move forward and keep up with the rest of world. Okay, so vision of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, that supreme interest of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was educational and education in its widest possible sense, and he wanted to create scientific temperament among the Muslims so that they can avail the modern knowledge of science. Okay, He championed the causes of modern education at a time when Indians in general and Muslims in particular considered modern education a sin. Then Sir Syed Ahmed Khan argued that pupils should not disregard a whole treasure of knowledge in English just because English was a language adopted by Westerners. Then देखो, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan also had forward-looking views on women and their rights. He was a strong voice defending women's rights and recognized their potential to contribute to society. He successfully managed to take up the role of free thinker and administrator and a reformer, educationalist, religious scholars and dedicated family man also. Then SSEK as a rational thinker. Okay, so Muslims were the forefront in the freedom struggle and they suffered a lot. Many Muslim scholars were hanged at the many places after 1857 revolt. Then Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was of the view and Muslims should not very critical of British, otherwise they would be completely sidelined in Indian politics. Okay, then after 1857, British started suspecting Muslims that Muslims are large and were violently opposed them, and as a result, Muslims were treated more severely than the other groups involved in the revolt. Then Sir Syed Ahmad Khan wanted Muslims to have a friendship with the British if they want to have their due rights in Indian politics. Then he gave the example of other religious communities who are getting benefit from the government. He tried his best to convince British that Muslims were not against them, and he wrote many books clear misunderstanding between the Muslims and British. That is loyal Mohammedans and causes of Indian revolt. The central argument of the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was that the British were completely unaware of the Indian opinion, and since Indians were kept out of governments of their country, then having convinced British that it would be serve their interest to take Indians' opinion too in the governance of India. Then, from an advocate of Hindu-Muslim unity to originator of two-nation theory, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a champion of Hindu-Muslim unity, and earlier he had once described the Hindus Muslims as two beautiful eyes of beautiful pride that is Hindustan. And however, later on he changed his view, and the reason for the change was language and controversy in Awadh province. So for Urdu in Persian script has been the official language, and by this time there was a growth of movement in Hindi, and the supporters of Hindi felt that Hindi has become the language of masses. Hence Hindi should replace Urdu as the official language, and the controversy took an ugly turn, and neither Muslims were ready to accept Hindi, nor Hindus were ready to continue Urdu as the official language. The entire controversy disappointed Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, and he said that now I am convinced that these two communities will not work unitedly in any cause. Okay, and at present there is no hostility between them, but on account of so called educated pupil, and it will be hundredfold in the future. So according to him, in the interest of peace, and it is better if both communities live as a separate communities. It is because of such thinking he has been called as the originator of two nation theory. Okay, then Sir Syed Ahmad Khan as a social reformer. So to the Muslim community, he was and his like the eye, which crisis for suffering for any and every part of the body, and the suffering of his community worried him. He took an oath to reform, educate, and empower his community. Then Sir Syed Ahmad Khan felt that the future of the Muslims would be jeoparded if they continue to avoid modern science and technology. He argues that acquisition of knowledge of science and technology is the only solution for the problems of Muslims. According to him, Muslims will remain humiliated and rejected if Muslims do not progress in the field of science. And he further said that learn modern knowledge and do not waste time in the studies of old subject of no values. He used to say that Muslims youth should hold a book of science in one hand and the Quran in other hand, and his status among the Muslims is at par. with Raja Ram Mohan Roy among Hindus. Though he became a controversial, yet he emerged as the tallest leader among the Muslims in the subcontinent. Okay, so here is some PYQs, so you can solve it. Okay, so मिलते हैं अपने नेक्स्ट वीडियो में गाइस, अपने नेक्स्ट टॉपिक के साथ. थैंक यू सो मच.